Hello, this is Jo from Cranberry, and this is the third video in the series for the bead along, which is the Cellini spiral. I've seen many questions and lots of you have started, which is fantastic. And for those of you that go to the Bee Society of Victoria meetings last Sunday, I think I saw about 10 of you bring your Cellini and show it to me, which was brilliant, just brilliant. Lovely colours, sizes, all different beads, just fantastic. And lots of photos are being posted in the Facebook group, so do check those out. Everybody was quite interested about their tension, which we'll come to shortly. But I'm just trying to cover off a few questions that people have by doing a demo, because I think that's just a bit easier than the words. So people are interested, if they're doing the big one especially, on the overall length. So these are my two famous Cellinis, and I will do a quick measure. You can't see it all, so you'll have to trust me. But this one to the clasp is 47 centimeters, okay? And the purple one is a little bit longer. It comes in at just about 50. So if you want something the same size, I will tell you approximately where to decrease. But when I did mine, I just winged it. The only thing I was precise about was putting the decreases on either side of the central part, the same on each side. Where I started the decrease, I just sort of, yep, does that look okay? Okay, I'll decrease here. Okay, so don't be too afraid. I think I said in the other video, do like 8 or 10 centimeters and then start decreasing, but I've realized maybe that was a bit short. And I will show you progress on mine later, but I am not ready to decrease yet. So I've realized that. So we're going to do some measuring for these Cellinis here. And I'll show you the specific decrease points. And yeah, so you can watch this and take some notes and then make your own decisions about where you want to decrease, okay? So we need to find the decrease points. And on this one, it is, let me find my pointer. So this goes from 2 rows to 1 row. So we just roll it over and there it is. There's the decrease, okay? And I probably did both of those rows on the same row, okay? So that's where the decrease is. So let's put the tape measure there and move it along, and we'll find it at the other end, which is convenient. I don't have to roll it. It's just here, okay? So around about the 14 centimeter mark. Sorry, just out of camera a little bit. So the main and biggest bit of the Cellini in this one is 14 centimeters, okay? I'll just put that one towards the back and we'll measure this one. Now the first decrease I did in this one was to replace this size 8 sage green bead with the size 11, okay? So it's a different decrease. We're just doing decreases. If I say increase, I don't mean it. They're all decreases. We start at the big bit and get smaller. So just here is where I did that. If you roll it round, I think, so I did, because there's a pair, I think I did both on the same row. It's quite hard to see when the big 6 is in the middle, but we'll put the tape measure there. Move it along. So where it is. And strangely, this one is also about 14 centimeters. So must just be a sort of sweet spot. While we're on this, I had a few questions about beads bulging. You can see a couple bulge, but don't worry about it. I get so many comments about these. And remember, I've won competitions with both of these. Well, not one. Would I? Definitely won with this one. Did I win? I think I won or placed. Anyway, people love them and they don't notice the little bits and pieces and bulging, so don't be so critical of your work. So, if you want to get the same effect, do about 14 centimeters, okay? You can go a bit shorter, you can go a bit longer. It's all very individual to what you want to do, okay? So after that, the interesting part is what happens next. So if we look here, and because there's different sorts of decrease, you can see sort of how it decreases. So this bit here is the fattest, and then I can't get it all in the camera, but that's what it goes down to. Okay, so after this decrease here, the next one I did was go just get rid of one row here. So that is probably sort of a whole spiral apart. Yeah, maybe a bit more, just a bit over a spiral. Okay, and the corresponding, I do like to get rid of, like if there's on either side of the spiral, I do like to get rid of that row on the same row, but sometimes I don't. So it's a bit difficult to see, but there it is there as well. Okay, so yeah, just over a spiral's worth of beading before I did the next decrease. And then the one after that is here. See, the 6 went to an 8. So that was not quite a full spiral. Okay. So I never sort of thought, oh, I need to do them exactly one spiral apart. I mean, you could do that, but I just looked at it and thought, is it about now? Yeah, I'll decrease now. Okay. So if you're interested in measurements, from here to here is just over 3. But from there to there, it's a little bit difficult to measure, but it's sort of 1.5. Okay. Now, where is the next decrease? So taking out that 6 made the flat of the spiral top. The top of the spiral flat even. The next decrease, where is it? Where is it? 2 pinks. Oh, I did quite a bit before the next decrease. Okay, here it is. So that 8 then went to an 11. Okay. So this section here, where was the previous one? Ah, no, there's another decrease. This light pink went to an 11 just there. Tricky to see. So that would have been sort of 1, 2, 2.5 spirals, nearly 3 spirals before the next. Okay? And then it was about 1 more spiral until this. Then it gets quite small. Actually, no, that's right. This is the next decrease here. So this, the top of the spiral stays 8 to the end. And then I think that is it. I just carried on this bit to the end. I didn't decrease again. Okay, so you get the idea. Let's just quickly take a look at the other one. And so from our first decrease here to our next one, which is maybe the 6 to the 8 here. So that's the width. So it's sort of it's about 2 spirals. Okay, so if the gap on this side is just over 2 spirals, I make the gap on the other side just over 2 spirals. I mean, I'm not counting rows, but if you want to, count the number of the big beads. Yep, the central one going round, and that will, if you want to be really precise about it, I would suggest you do that. Okay, so the gap between those is 6 centimeters. And then the next decrease, spot the decrease. Okay, so that 8 disappears into an 11. Where does that happen? Happens just here. Interestingly, on this one, oh no, I did do it on the same row. There we are. So that's about a spiral and a quarter along. And then not too many rows afterwards, I get rid of this pale green. Okay, so I didn't leave much gap there. It's slightly more rapidly decreased. Okay, and then the bronze 8 stays right until the end, but I get rid of the yellow. Just do that here, and I didn't do that on the same row, so the same row would be this way. Oops, just off the camera. The same row, so you can see it here, sort of finishes on top of each other. If you did it on the same row, it would sort of end like there. Okay. Then I don't know what I did at the end here. Like, it looks like a bit of a weird thing. And then went into 3 rows of that rusty colour. I don't know why I did that. Oh no, I cannot see the colour correctly. That's still a little bronze in the middle there. Yeah, so I got rid of these 2 colours. Yeah. It's really quite fascinating looking at them close up. So I'm not in a position to show you the decrease yet, but lots of you are managing it already because this is my piece with threads. Yes, I don't always cut them off straight away. Now, I hope you're all going okay changing threads with the Cellini, because you're using, 15 size 15 beads. If you weave through your finished thread and your starting thread through there and up through a few rows to your position to pick up and start going again, the thread's going to hold. Okay, so I don't knot in a Cellini. I don't find the need for it. Okay, so we're going to do a little bend test here. So if I show you these, this one bends quite easily. If you bend it too much, it will kink though. And then this one is even older and it bends more. Okay, so because I have beaded these with thread, not fireline, the tension relaxes over time and gives it a bit of a softer look. Okay, whereas this one, it's got some flex in it, but it's a little bit firm. Okay, I think it will be okay. I would say it's maybe a tad too tight. When I was at the Bead Society, I saw very tight to very loose. So it was really interesting to see. So if you can't bend it at all, you need to ease off. It needs to have a little bit of bend. So I was having a discussion with several beaders there and saying, you know, tension on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, someone had like a 9 and someone had like 8.5. And I said, like, just back off to a 7. And one question was, if I back off, won't it just suddenly become droopy? I was like, no, it won't, because you're not going to back off to, say, like a 3. You're just going to ease off a little bit, okay? So it's all an experiment, and it's fun, and I need to get beading a bit more, don't I? So you're all racing ahead, which is wonderful to see, but if you are waiting for me to demo the decrease, it will have to be in the next video. So for the locals, and anyone else actually, you might know that I'm having a big opening do for the shop this weekend, so I'm a little bit busier than usual. So I will get to it. And I'm trying to de-stress in the evenings by doing a little bit of my Cellini. So I'll keep that up. And I look forward to seeing more of your Cellinis, and pop the photos of the progress in the Facebook group. And I will see you soon for the next video. Okay, thanks.